What's the best kept secret on the internet?
Silent scan.
A shitload of foreign sites you can use to pirate literally anything. Just Google. Translate download to Chinese or Russian, combined with the name of what you're looking for, and you have it. Russians are the best for books and research papers. Chinese have literally every movie, TV series, and game known to man.
Silent scan.
I love radio.com. You can listen to music from around the world, in different decades at the click of a button. Found many great music from it. If you're into world music, definitely check it out.
Silent scan.
Save 10, Save 20, and Save 30 are premier discount codes on a surprising amount of websites, anytime on a checkout. And just try one of these, and 25% of the time one of them work. Honey has been mentioned a bunch. Linus, from Linus Tech Tips, has actually mentioned how that has saved his company thousands of dollars, according to the comments. Test followed by a series of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, in some cases test 100. Seem to have given discounts as well.
Silent scan.
A certain service station fuel company in Australia has a phone app that lets you lock in the price of fuel at your closest fuel station for a week. People have found various ways to lock in the price of fuel at any of their stores in Australia, against the twos, giving you huge discounts. If your local fuel services are expensive at the top of the cycle, example, if fuel in Brisbane is $1.70 and it's $1.20 in Melbourne, you pay as if you're in Melbourne, saving you 50 cents per litre. Added. Can I mention to all the people saying it's theft, that I don't personally do this, and the people that do aren't really committing theft, because they're still paying for the product. My partner works next door to one of the cheapest 7-Elevens an hour away on the other side of Sydney. We live in a suburb where it's consistently one of the highest priced. He just locks it in at work and sends me a screenshot of the voucher. I use it at our local, and it registers with his account. We save $35 filling a 4WD and a couple of jerry cans. We top up with those when the price spikes, and wait it out. Haven't even needed to hack the app to reap the benefits.
Silent scan.
The Wayback Machine, and how you can recover deleted news articles, posts, and otherwise unreachable pages. It's the reason nothing on the internet is truly ever deleted. The one caveat: it has to be something that a person had the foresight to save. So you're right in theory. But sadly there are definitely deleted pages that are not accessible through the Wayback Machine. Most of it is through automated crawls, and they capture a ridiculous amount of stuff. Just with that, deep links on complex sites, and stuff like personal blogs get lost without intervention though. You can help. Download the Wayback Machine extension, and save pages you see that need saving. Plus you can use it to easily explore website history. The Save Page Now button only works for one page at a time. If you want to add an entire website to the Wayback Machine, you'll need to chat with the folks at Archive Team. These guys single-handedly downloaded Google Plus before it was shut down, who run an ERC bot that can blast through web pages with a vengeance.
Silent scan.
Literally anything Valve is ever doing. Wanna know when this new game comes out? Too bad. Wanna know if we see your feedback? Too bad. They've stayed silent for a very long time, and I gotta give them credit. It would be pretty hard.
Silent scan.
MOOCs, massive online open course, college courses, from universities everywhere, that are free to enroll and participate in online. Does completion result in obtaining credits that apply to a degree? Depends, but usually not. These are many general interest courses, and quite fascinating. Sounds like these sorts of things might appeal more to adult learners, people who have already finished their formal education, and have whatever degrees that they're going to get, and are just looking to expand their own knowledge.
Silent scan.
This website, slipbooks.com, I think, has free or extremely cheap digital college textbooks. https://b-ok.cc has almost all books for free. Wow. I just illegally downloaded my own book. I can't believe I've stolen money from me. FCK me. Well, for shits and giggles, if you give me the title of your book, and it's not too pricey, I'll buy it for my Kindle.
Silent scan.
Don't buy anything straight away. Leave it in your cart for a week. As long as you've got as far as putting in an email address, chances are you'll get a discount offer. Source: worked for a company that developed this shit. Edit: to emphasize the chances are part. It's not guaranteed. Edit 2: no, not Amazon. They have their own machinations. Also, major tactic and digital marketing strategies. We have specific campaigns set up for cart abandoners, with evergreen promotions that are disguised as flash seasonal sales. Never buy anything right out of you can wait. Add to cart. Exit browser. And wait. Yup. We pioneered a recognizer system, whereby we see if you came back to purchase, and cancel the campaign. If it was before the final step so you wouldn't be bombarded with emails. We had a 17.5% card recovery rate. Pretty good in that field.
Silent scan.
Any password that's a slight variation of the main password, building block you always use, while internally making note of it, saying to yourself, oh, that's easy. It's the regular thing. I just changed that character this time. How could I forget it? It's just the one change. So irritating. How everyone's password requirements are different. Must be more than 8 characters. Must be 8 or less. Must have punctuation. Must not have punctuation. Sorry. You've used this password before. You can use only these 5 symbols. Your password must be changed every 90 days. You must have at least 1 capital letter, and 1 symbol and 1 number.
Silent scan.
The shit that is on the internet. Seriously. Spam mirror. The inbound port from your ISP through whatever you can get your hands on, to do the trick. And take that spam port into device running, snort, or something like it and sit back, and watch. Then do the same thing on the inside port. Last port before going out to the internet. Find anything interesting there. I bet you will. Thanks to you Mindchisel for catching that. We used to call mirror ports span ports from an old Cisco acronym. But that was back when I had Onion on my belt because it was the style at the time. Before mirror ports we used repeaters. Yes, I'm old.
Silent scan.
Technically, every best kept secret can be easily found on one website. Go ahead and search the Library of Babel. It's an online library that contains every and any combination of the English alphabet, without special characters. It's not procedurally generated. If you search a sentence, it will specifically bring up the hex, shelf, volume, and page that contains that specific sentence. Your whole life story is in that library. Your death and birth, your wedding, or divorce. All of you have to do is look for it. It's like pi, but with letters.
Silent scan.
Lots of information is on the internet, but the information you are likely to encounter and engage with is much more limited, shallow, algorithmically determined to match your biases and preferences, and fit to a convenient oversimplified narrative. The internet is a poor substitute for human-to-human interaction and life experience. That's precisely why I asked about interesting and barely, at least not widely, known stuff.
Silent scan.
I'm really surprised more people don't use cashback sites when shopping online. And the people that do usually use Ebates, which isn't even that good. Befragel is one of my favorites. But if you are about to make a purchase, go to Cashback Watch and type in the name of the website. It will then list sites that offer cashback. I've signed up for about 3 to 4 that I use the most. I know it sounds cheap, but it adds up fast and it's minimal effort.
Silent scan.
The biggest hack I've found is using the ad-based eavesdropping to my advantage. There's been multiple occasions where a conversation I've had about something results in an ad appearing on my social media. I use this to my advantage. I've learned that speaking about certain products with social media open results in ads for discounts on those said products. Usually within a week of me inquiring about an item, I will receive an advertisement with a heavy discount code. I've noticed this is especially effective with Facebook. I click on a Facebook ad for an item, add it to my cart, but do not complete the purchase. Instantly, I will receive discount codes for that item. I do almost all of my shopping this way. I decide that I want something, and wait for an advertisement to give me a cheaper price on it. The spying on us is inevitable, so I might as well use it to my advantage.
Silent scan.
If you have an Outlook account or old Hotmail email address, you don't have to pay for basic Microsoft Office. You still have to pay for Microsoft 360. But if you need just basic Word, Excel, PowerPoint, then it's free. Save me $80 per year. When I figured that out, how so? I haven't seen that feature. I got a Hotmail address for a long time now. Me too. Everyone gives me a hard time for not using Gmail. But now I have no regrets. When you go into your account, on the top left corner there are 9 dots next to the word Outlook. That's the app launcher. Click on that and it will give you all your free programs.
Silent scan.
If you're watching YouTube on a browser and want to download a video, go to the video, type magic between you and tube in the link, then press enter. Here, you can download the video on different qualities, and even a music file. I've been using this trick for years now, and I haven't seen anyone else use it.
Silent scan.
Matrix.idasoftware.com, it's the travel software that Google owns, that powers all of the travel websites. You can go directly to that site, and search for flights. It offers just about every search iteration that you would reasonably want. But sites like Kayak don't actually offer. For example, you can add plus days. You're okay with leaving that day or the day before, or 2 days before, multiple departure and arrival airports, number of layovers you're okay with, etc. You can then sort by all of those to figure out which flight works best for you. The only catch is that not every airline is included. I don't think Southwest is there, and that you can't actually book tickets through there. But it's a quick way to figure out the best flights. And then you just go directly to the airline's website to order.
Silent scan.
Security software, especially antivirus, is useless. It's a business model that preys on people's fears and creates false concepts of security threats in people's heads to scare them into buying better packages. This is done through scary pop-ups and ads. The nature of threats in the wild is that usually they are very tame and manageable by your browser and OS, as long as you're keeping up on updates. There is literally no reason to have an antivirus program installed, especially when you're paying attention to the programs you're downloading and running. The security issues that are actual threats, sophisticated attacks, like people targeting zero-day vulnerabilities and installing crap without user interaction, can't be avoided by any antivirus software. It's just that the average user won't ever need to worry about this. Criminals don't waste tricks that good on average Joes when their crappy ad redirect links work en masse on the 10% of people still using Internet Explorer. Instead, they sell them off to other criminals, or use them to target large businesses and websites to ransom or steal info in bulk. Which brings me to my next point. The actual biggest threat to your privacy is the data being regularly stolen from websites and services you give your info to. Your password is everywhere, and anyone can likely identify you by just searching for multiple uses of it through database dumps that were made public. Using different usernames and passwords everywhere you go is the only way to avoid this preventatively. But of course, that only works if you already know about it. This extremely important aspect of security isn't talked about enough. It's based on behavior and awarenesses that would be more common if people weren't kept in the dark by the security experts trying to con you into giving them money.
Silent scan.